Youth and adult sports, including high school sports in Minnesota, will be on a timeout starting Saturday after Governor Tim Walz announced a 4-week plan to try and stop the spread of COVID-19 across Minnesota. As part of the plan, all indoor and outdoor sports are halted, including practices, group workouts, games, and tournaments. Effective Friday, November 20th at 11:59 p.m. and lasting until midnight on Friday, December 18th. This decision disrupts the football and volleyball seasons, but they will be allowed to finish competing through Friday. Several football coaches in our area have told me they've moved games initially scheduled for Saturday to Friday night to ensure their athletes have at least one more game, while other programs are choosing to call it a season. The Minnesota Department of Health reports 12,937 household contacts were recommended to quarantine based on COVID-19 cases stemming from youth sports spanning from June through November. And they say those numbers grossly underestimate the overall number of teammates, opposing teams, and coaches who also had contact. In total, the Department of Health has tracked 192 outbreaks to youth sports and 780 COVID cases since June. This 4-week pause on athletics also postpones the start of winter sports. Dance is halted just 2 weeks into the season, and the rest of the winter sports will have their start to the season pushed back until the emergency order is lifted. Coaches I spoke to tonight say their athletes are disappointed, but ultimately still hopeful that their season could still happen. This executive order will also mean the Vikings will no longer be able to host 250 family members and team employees at U.S. Bank Stadium for at least the next 3 home games. The order limits college and professional events to players, coaches, and essential staff only. 5 months after it was originally scheduled and following a second delay due to the coronavirus pandemic, at long last, the 2020 NBA draft is here, and the Minnesota Timberwolves selected Georgia's Anthony Edwards with the first pick of the draft. They also did a little trade work. The Wolves trading their 17th pick to Oklahoma City for Ricky Rubio and the 25th and 28th picks. Well, the University of North Dakota announced non-conference basketball schedules after the original schedules were heavily affected due to the coronavirus pandemic and the NCAA pushing back the start of competition date. A look at the UND men's non-conference schedule. They'll open the first day possible at Miami of Ohio. In all, they have 6 non-conference games currently, with none of them being played at home. The schedule includes a trip to play the Gophers as well as the Dakota Showcase between all 4 Division I Dakota schools in early December, hosted in Sioux Falls. On the women's side, the Fighting Hawks will make the most of a trip to Montana to reunite with some former Big Sky foes. The women will also see NDSU in Fargo in mid-December. The 2 Summit League Conference games scheduled for later this season will both be played in Grand Forks. Mike, they tell us that they're still continuing to try and schedule a few more games. If they can get any of those games to be hosted in Grand Forks, there would be no fans allowed in attendance for any of these non-conference games. They're still hoping that they'll be able to get fans in attendance when the Summit League season comes around.
Fingers crossed. Stay with